Hello and welcome to Retro Football Knowledge. I'm Eric.
I'm Anthony.
And welcome to the show.
Absolutely.
We have quite a treat for you today. We get to review the Super Bowl.
Yeah, last year's Super Bowl was pretty intense. It was an anticipated one. I will tell you that much. But before we get into the Super Bowl, the first thing we got to do is get into how these teams got to the Super Bowl. Now, of course, as you guys all know, the Super Bowl last year, Super Bowl XIII, Pittsburgh Steelers versus the
Dallas Cowboys.
There you go. The Dallas Cowboys, making it 5 in the decade. Pretty impressive. Okay.
And a great Super Bowl that it was, Anthony, but let's check out how the teams got there. First up, why don't you tell us about the NFC wildcard game, the first NFC wildcard game there, Atlanta-Philly.
First ever NFC wildcard game, and the thing that was amazing about this game is Philadelphia took the lead early. Wallace Francis and the Falcons really had a great day. Six receptions, 135 yards, a TD. Bartowski lit it up. They got into turnover trouble, and they had some issues with the turnovers, but it didn't matter. They came back and won in the fourth quarter, 14-13.
Over the AFC, the Oilers beat the Dolphins 17-9. Not a great game for Greasy, only 114 yards, less than 50% passing. Pastorini over 300. And Campbell had a decent game on the ground with 84 yards. But Reinfeld, holy cow, what a game on defense. Steelers beat the Broncos 33-10. Bradshaw, big game. Harris, big game. Stallworth, big game. You'll always hear about those guys having big games. Broncos they weren't themselves. Dallas, Atlanta, go ahead.
Dallas, Atlanta was a fascinating game. Everyone thought this would be a 14-point victory for Dallas, and it took Danny White and a miracle fourth quarter for the Cowboys to come back and beat a game Falcon team. Really impressed with that performance overall. Staubach goes out early with a major concussion, knocked out on his feet. Atlanta's rolling, but Dallas comes back and led by Danny White, a big 27-20 victory.
Over the AFC divisional playoff, the Oilers beat the Patriots 31-14. Again, Pastorini with a good passing game with 3 touchdown passes, and Earl Campbell finally gets over 100 on the ground in the playoffs with a touchdown. But man, Mike Reinfeld, 2 picks, 7 tackles. He was all over the field. Anthony, Rams, Vikings.
You know what? This one, man, I'll tell you right now, I didn't think the Rams were going to win. The Rams never beat Minnesota in the postseason. Why would this be any different? Minnesota gets out to an early 3-0 lead. Pat Hayden surprisingly had over 200 yards passing. Cullen Bryant had 100 yards rushing. Ron Jesse was really the story on offense, but defense, Bill Simpson, 2 interceptions, 8 tackles, all over the place. And the Rams didn't just beat Minnesota, they beat the crap out of them 34-10 in LA.
Now over to the AFC Championship game. Anthony, any big surprise here? 34-5 Steelers over Oilers. The Oilers, where were you? Where did you come? Did you come to play? Earl Campbell, 3 fumbles. That's unheard of.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, even Franco had three fumbles. I mean, the weather was a problem in this game, but the other problem was the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're the best team all year long. They went 14-2 in the regular season. None of us expected Pittsburgh to really have an issue in the AFC playoff picture, and credit to Pittsburgh for doing so. They forced 6 turnovers. Houston's a great up-and-coming team. We'll see what they do in 79. They've got their running back. They've got their quarterback. It looks like their defense is getting better, but they're not on the same playing field as the Pittsburgh Steelers. I was blown away at the effort of the Steelers defense. They just were relentless. The steel curtain really showed up.
And then over the NFC Championship game, Anthony, not really much of a game. Cowboys 28, Rams 0. The Rams just didn't have it going that day.
You know, the thing about the Rams that really, really sucks about 78, they went 12-4. They had a strong year. A lot of people felt like this might be their year. They lose Wendell Tyler. They lose Lawrence McCutcheon. You know, they literally lost Capoletti in this game. They were down to their fullback and their 4th-string running back. You know, but their defense was game. It was only 7-0 at halftime, but they just didn't have anybody healthy on offense to really stand up. And this burns. This is the fourth time, In this decade, the Rams have been on the cusp of the Super Bowl, and they fell short. They lost to Minnesota in 76. They got blown out by Dallas in LA, 37-7 and 75. In 76, so 74 they lost to Minnesota, 75, and then 76 they lost to Minnesota, in Minnesota, and now 78. At home, looks like they've got all the mo. They're better than Dallas. They beat them earlier in the year in Dallas, and the Cowboys just knocked the pants right off them all over again to advance to their 5th Super Bowl in the decade. Embarrassing. Hayden got injured. It was just a mess in LA as usual.
That brings us to Super Bowl XIII matchup: 14-2 Pittsburgh Steelers versus the 12-4 Dallas Cowboys. Anthony, I really have to know, what were your thoughts going into this game?
Well, first of all, your heart breaks for a team like the Rams, who's been on the cusp every single year. But a part of you also had to be excited as that game was winding down, because Roger Staubach, Tony Dorsett, the Dallas Cowboys versus Mean Joe Green, Mel Blount and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Both teams have won 2 Super Bowls in the decade coming in to this game. They met just a few years ago in Super Bowl X in a great matchup that many people, us included, felt like was one of the better Super Bowls played in a long, long time. In fact, it was a Hail Mary interception away from being an incredible fourth quarter, typical Roger the Dodger comeback. But, so for me going into the Super Bowl, it was exciting to see the 2 best teams in football playing each other for the championship, as it should be. Dallas all year long dominated the NFC. Pittsburgh all year long dominated the NFL. And this, I think, was the matchup most people in the country wanted to see. Obviously not if you were a Houston or an LA fan, but by and large, I think if you were just a casual fan, this was the game to watch. I was excited for this game in January when it was played this year, because you had so many elements going into the game. Who's going to be the first team to win 3 championships? It's a rematch of a Super Bowl that was widely viewed as a great Super Bowl. And then you had, individual matchups, which, I could get into all day. But for me, the keys were so cut and dry. The keys for Pittsburgh were the same keys for the Dallas Cowboys. If Dallas was going to win this game, they had to be able to run the football. They had to be able to protect Roger Staubach, and they couldn't turn the ball over, or at least minimize their turnovers. And Dallas is very capable of doing all of those things, and Pittsburgh is very capable of ruining and doing all those things that they needed to do. So for me, this was put the 2 teams in a hat and pick them. This was literally a 3-4 you pick 'em matchup. And I flip a coin, going into this game. I think that Dallas kind of has played Pittsburgh a few times. I think they match up really well against them. I mean, I was thinking going into the game Pittsburgh would win, but this could very well be an overtime game or a late field goal by, Pittsburgh to win it, or a late touchdown by Terry Bradshaw to kind of turn the momentum. But this game I was excited for pure entertainment purposes. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I completely agree with you about entertainment. And really, I thought Dallas has a really good shot to win the game, only because Pittsburgh is getting a little bit older. We've seen, what Roger Staubach can do. We've seen what Dorsett can do. We've seen what a very underrated Cowboys defense can do. How would their offensive line, though, hold up against Pittsburgh's rush defense? Now, they've lost a step since last year. I mean, even though you still go 14-2, you could still look a little bit slower and still get the job done. It still worked for Pittsburgh. But will they be able to contain the pass rush? If they can keep Staubach upright, they have a really good and legit chance. I love the running back matchup. I love the quarterback matchup. Where Pittsburgh does have a slight edge is the receivers with Swan and Stallworth. I think they're a great tandem. And it's just going to come down to protecting the quarterback and protecting the football.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it boils down to. So I think the matchups, though, are just phenomenal to watch. Franco, Tony Hill, the young rookie wide receiver, or the not rookie wide receiver, but young wide receiver, Lynn Swan. I love those matchups. You're so right. Well, I'm thinking the fans are probably going to want to see what kind of action we got from last year's Super Bowl XIII in Miami, Pittsburgh versus Dallas. Take it away.
Well, here we go with the highlights. We'll start out with the pregame highlights, and it's nice to see Papa Bear George Hallis being driven in to do the coin flip. And does it matter who wins the coin flip in this scenario, Anthony? I mean, really, you're still going to get the ball. It doesn't matter if it's beginning or in the second half. So, who's got the advantage there?
I would have to say I don't think anyone has an advantage with a coin flip, but what I will say is when you've got somebody like George Hallis flipping the coin, the founder of the National Football League, the great Bears owner, the man who drafted Walter Payton, who always seems to find diamonds in the rough and just is such a great human being, I think it was a great gesture by the NFL to have him flip the coin after 12 Super Bowls and getting ready to jump into the 13th one. I don't think they could have picked a better choice.
Yeah, here we go with the first highlight. Dallas has the ball at the Pittsburgh 28. There's a lot of pre-motion in Dallas's offense and a handoff to Dorsett running left. And he gets a nice, 7-yard gain. Hey, if Dorsett and the Cowboys can keep up that kind of average throughout the game, there's a really good chance of a Dallas Cowboy win.
Definitely. Here's a second run. Go ahead, E.
Yeah, second run again. You're going to notice the pre-shift motion. It seems like Pittsburgh is a little bit out of their element, but a nice run up the middle as well to get it past midfield.
But
Pittsburgh, what are you guys doing?
You know what? This is what they're doing. Jack Lambert completely gets blocked out. A phenomenal block. Took the wrong gap, and Dorsett made him pay.
Yeah, take a watch Lambert just get smoked right there in the middle to open up that hole for Dorsett. Hey, he's got good vision. Now, Staubach, a little swing pass out to Dorsett to get more into Pittsburgh, deeper into Pittsburgh territory. Nice run to the right. So they've gone left, they've gone center, and they've gone right.
Well, and it's just amazing, that toss sweep by Dorsett, and only 3 players in NFL history, as it says here, has rushed for 1,000 yards, and he's one of them. Now, Dallas does something really weird here, E. Take it away.
Yeah, they got the wide receiver coming in motion, and it looks like they want to do a double reverse, and, well, you got to be able to hold on to the ball for it to work. Pittsburgh recovers the fumble. Big momentum change right there in the game. You're already running, and, Anthony, I don't know. I was sticking my head at that one. I
don't understand a trick play there, but Pittsburgh makes him pay. Take a look at what happens here, Eric. Why don't you tell everyone?
Yeah, Bradshaw's got the 2-back set, and he's looking to possibly do a swing pass, but ends up throwing it deep for a touchdown to Stallworth, and easily Pittsburgh up early.
Phenomenal pump fake, froze the defense, perfect placement, Stallworth with the nab, unbelievable. Here it is again, really quick.
We're going to see it again. It looked like, Bradshaw did a really great fake right there. I totally agree with you with the pump fake of pay early. Now, here's the Cowboys have it at the Pittsburgh 39-yard line. And the Cowboys are in the halfback set. And nobody blocks the defensive lineman. And Staubach gets sacked back into his own territory. I mean...
Banaszak is a beast right here. First of all, the miss is a great athletic move by Roger Staubach. But after that, Banaszak is not going to let him go. He gets his big mitts on you. You're done.
Yeah, throw the ball away.
Yeah, right.
Throw the ball away. I mean, if you're going to play action, there's a guy in black and gold that you got to block. Make sure you pick up your assignment. Now they're back in their own territory, and Staubach rolls out to his right, looks, and goes down.
Yeah.
Throw the ball away.
I mean, this is what Dallas couldn't do in this game, is take, they had to protect the quarterback. He had protection, and he just didn't make it happen. Dwight White, again, all over the place in this game. But look at the coverage by the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. This can't happen for Dallas. You want to know why Roger didn't throw the ball to one of the receivers? Because he couldn't find him. You're right, Eric. Throw it away.
Yeah, live to see another day. Just don't roll out, take up a bunch of time, and get sacked. Staubach really just, again, throw it over the head of your receiver down the right sideline. Now we got a punt here in the first half.
Bang! I love this play.
Somebody got their lunch early.
Oh, the mouth of Texas just got his head put into the 13th row of the stadium. Henderson got rocked. Here it is again.
Hey, talk about a pitch-perfect block.
I know. Head across the bow, lifted him up off his shoulders. Great block.
Yeah, here's the Steelers with the ball and a handoff to Franco Harris to the left side. And nice 6-7 yard gain right there to maybe break up that Cowboys defense a little bit.
You know what?
On their toes.
But I have to say, Brudig from ASU is a stud. This number 25, this corner for Dallas, is really underrated.
Yeah, the Steelers now at their 35-yard line. Bradshaw back to pass, and a nice swing pass out to his running back in Franco Harris over the middle. I don't think Dallas was expecting a pass to the halfback there.
The old circle route right there. Franco Harris, great play. Man, Terry was unbelievable on third down in this game.
Yeah, I wish more teams would use it. Now Pittsburgh is in Dallas territory on their 30, and Bradshaw, nice 7-step drop, toss over. Oh, picked off. And guess what? He's rumbling, bumbling, stumbling down the right sideline, but he's tackled. What was Bradshaw looking at there?
Bradshaw thought for a minute that number 50 was on his team because he threw it directly to D.D. Lewis. I don't know. He wasn't under pressure. It was just a typical boneheaded play by Bradshaw, which he tends to do sometimes, but it doesn't hurt Pittsburgh.
Yeah. And here's a run down the left side by Harris. A little shake and bake, but he can't shake the Dallas defender. He only gave him about 5 or 6 there.
Yeah, Kyle steps up again here. I keep saying Kyle's underrated for Dallas. I love the kid's effort. He's a good hitter. He's a solid tackler, and he's an even better cover man.
Yeah, another pass by Bradshaw here. But he holds on to it too long, gets strip sacked. Dallas recovers. You know, you're going to turn the ball over in their side of the field twice. That's just bad. That's just bad football right there. Tuck the ball away, hold the ball, don't fumble it, don't give Dallas momentum.
Great strip sack coming over the top, hits the shoulder. Ed Too Tall Jones gets it. Harvey Martin, man, the Super Bowl MVP or co-MVP from Super Bowl XII, him and of course Randy White last year. But this is just a great play, and credit to Too Tall. He knew exactly where the ball was.
Yeah, here's Dallas with the ball now in Pittsburgh territory, and Staubach goes back to pass, and a wide-open receiver for the touchdown. He waltzes right in. What a nice catch and run by Tony Hill.
Yeah, I mean, just great move right here on Donnie Shell. Gets to the outside, Shell slips, but that's what I love about this is Blunt doesn't even turn around. Tony Hill is run into the house. He doesn't even realize he's there.
The block down field helped, no doubt about it. Yeah. Look at this block down field by his own receiver. Won't even let the Pittsburgh defender even near him.
Yeah. First touchdown ever.
Ryan Stanford, Tony Hill.
There you go. Absolutely. Good call, E. First touchdown given up by Pittsburgh in the first quarter all year long. The last time that record was set that way, guess what? Super Bowl X, Dallas did it again.
Yeah, kind of 7-7. The kickoff out to Pittsburgh. Short, only know about the 20. Actually comes up to more like the 25. And a little shaking and baking going on here. Sometimes it's just better to go down before you lose the football, but you can't get away from all 11 guys there.
No, crazy return, though. Crazy return. Good effort, but too many Cowboys.
Steelers at midfield. And there's a little fumble by Bradshaw. He was looking to hand the ball off, but it's strip sack, and there goes a touchdown for Dallas. Get out of here. Did you even see that? I didn't see it.
All I saw was look at this. Boink, fumble. Whoop, I got it. I got it. I'm going to, no, wait. Guys, I don't got it. I don't got it.
Don't got it. Hegman, big strip sack, pulling the ball away.
And I hate to say it, but Henderson makes a great play here by holding him up, and the mouth of Texas delivers once again as Hegman's like, "Give me the ball."
Yeah, that actually that touchdown by Dallas right there makes it 14-7. And, hey, you know what? Great job staying up. And nobody noticed it for a couple of seconds there, which allowed them to create space and run in for that touchdown.
Yeah, Dallas.
So big defensive play right there for Dallas.
Absolutely. Dallas's D was completely impressive right here. And you can see right there, the ball hits Franco and pops out. He tries to pick it up. He tries to throw it, but Dallas is just too fast. Dallas's defensive speed, Eric, you might have something about their age with Pittsburgh.
Well, the Steelers have it at the 20, and they'll hand off to Franco Harris. He only gets a couple. Dallas' defense, good stop right there.
Good stop, but when are they going to learn? They made this mistake in Super Bowl X. Don't talk trash to Pittsburgh. The Steelers take it personally, and you can see at the end of this play, Harvey Martin makes a great play, plugs the hole, makes a great tackle. It's unnecessary to talk trash to Franco. This isn't the Rams. I'm sorry, I'm a Rams fan. This is Pittsburgh. Eric?
Yeah, here we are with Bradshaw at the 25-yard line. Back to pass, looking for Stallworth. Ooh, nice catch at the 35, and Stallworth is off, blocking downfield. Dallas has no idea where he's at. Touchdown, Steelers.
That's why you don't talk trash to Pittsburgh. The Steelers do not... You don't. It doesn't end the way you think it's going to end when you do that. This was a phenomenal, and you can see it. The entire Pittsburgh team is just jacked up.
That's 2 catches for Stallworth with 2 touchdowns and 103 yards receiving, just on 2 touchdown catches alone. I mean, it was a great look by Bradshaw. He's like, I'm going to fling it right out to Stallworth. Breaks 1 tackle. He's off. Nobody else touches him. Legit, nobody else touches him.
No, and remember too. Here, Eric, Terry got hurt on the touchdown by Dallas on the previous drive. You could see he's writhing in pain right now, just trying to just a lot, so much pain. But this route by Stallworth was perfect. It's called the pigtail route. Jump in, curl out, turn, show the quarterback your numbers, get the ball, and then let your God-given talent from Alabama A&M show off. Goodbye, Johnny Stallworth. 14 all Pittsburgh and Dallas.
Now we have Steelers defense back out in the field after the touchdown. Dallas has about the 24-yard line. Staubach in the shotgun, looks around, and wanted to throw deep, but got strip sacked, and the ball is just a hot potato out there. Nobody wants it. Dallas finally recovers.
Yeah. Again, Eric, that's a third down play. Pittsburgh is converting third down. Dallas isn't. I mean, Mean Joe Green being double-teamed, triple-teamed, and he's still that's why he's the greatest defensive lineman in football right now. No one's better than Mean Joe Green, and he showed it right there. 3 guys can't block him, strip sack.
Age 32, he still seems like he's in his prime.
Yep.
Well, here we have Pittsburgh with the ball. You see Bradshaw's numbers, they're really good. Just that 1 pick was, what are you looking at? But he's back to pass, and he's looking. He finally finds his receiver, Lynn Swan. Hey, Swan, he finally gets into the picture, and he takes it deep into Dallas territory.
Yeah, your take on Eric Swan here, on Lynn Swan, rather, sorry, on this play.
Yeah, I thought Swan did a great job of getting open. You know, Bradshaw was like, we got to get both receivers involved. And Swan just went up, and he nonchalantly, hey, I'm open. Throw it to me. I'll do the rest. There we go.
Yep.
There we go, Bradshaw back to pass, and he gets blitzkrieged by Dallas' defense. And smart by Bradshaw right there to hold on to the ball and live to see another day.
Yeah, sometimes, I know you said throw the ball away with Roger, but how's he going to throw the ball away here? I mean, this is literally a jailbreak. It's just a jailbreak. He's got people flying all over the place.
Yeah, he's lucky he didn't get seriously hurt on this play, too, since he was hurt already in the game.
Yeah.
So we're going for a Roy Gorella field goal here. He had a pretty darn good season. Only missed 1 extra point, but his field goal percentage bad. And we're going to see right here what he does.
Let's just say you were right.
Yeah.
Bad.
Doink.
Just no.
Missed. Not even close to a doink. So now the Cowboys take over the ball. And nice swing pass out to Dorsett, who takes it down the left sideline. Tries to stay in bounds, but he was out. So they whistle that dead. But of course, you don't hear it, and all your extracurricular activities take place.
You know, this is what a rivalry looks like, ladies and gentlemen. Dallas and Pittsburgh don't like each other. They know they're the two best teams in football. They want to win this game badly. Roger gets pounded on this play. Just great pressure on the side. They land on Roger. A great catch by Tony Dorsett. And then he sticks the ball in the face of Mel Blount later on. We'll see that here coming up. Here's the rest of that. Nice little dump. Good effort, right? Makes a nice move. Cuts to the outside. Good block. Tries to utilize the sideline. Steps out right there. And then the whistle blows. He stops and just goes ahead and puts the ball in Donnie Shell's face. Actually, I'm sorry. That's Jackson. Put the ball in Jackson's face. My bad.
Well, here we go with Dallas still with the ball. Roger back to pass. You know, the run was working earlier. Hey, look at maybe not passing the ball and run the ball. It gets picked.
Ooh. But
yeah,
dude.
And at the end, too. Oh, get the flag out of there.
Oh, Dupree. You know what? The flag here, Eric, I can't believe I'm saying this. The flag here is necessary. Dupree absolutely crushed him. But you got to remember, Super Bowl X, after Jarrella missed the field goal, Cliff Harris talks smack.
That's not a flaggable offense.
Well, let me hear me out.
That hip shot, though.
Yeah, it was. Hear me out really quick on this, okay? You've got Super Bowl X situation. There's the fight. There's all that stuff breaking down. They're already getting heated. There's been a couple of moments where there's been some exchanges. He gets the interception, a nice shot at the end. It's not a flaggable offense, but the refs, at some point, I can't believe I'm defending referees. They have to step in and make sure that the game doesn't get out of hand.
Yeah, no doubt. And as we move forward, Lynn Swan with a nice wide receiver screen catch and little aerobics. He's finally getting into the action. 3 receptions, 56 yards. Nice shake and bake down the right sideline to get into Dallas territory. And there's Bradshaw's numbers, 220 yards already. It's not even halftime.
Yeah, I mean, Eric, just look at the beauty. I mean, agile.
Yeah, great pass. Again, there's Swan. I mean, there's about another 20 yards right there. Yeah, like whatnot. And I mean, Swan's just going up. Look at the acrobatic catch and concentration. He's beautiful.
Absolutely. Just an unbelievable catch right there.
Bradshaw with a clean pocket, which really helped, too. He hasn't had much of that tonight.
No, there it is again. Just a nice acrobatic catch.
Yeah. Pittsburgh inside the 10-yard line. Bradshaw looking, rolls right, throws it up, and a touchdown catch right there. And that puts Pittsburgh in the lead. That's going to go to Rocky Blyer, and Pittsburgh back ahead.
Yeah, you look at the replay here. He's rolling out. He throws off his back foot. Again, perfect placement. Terry Bradshaw was on point in this game. He just never seemed to miss. Not even a play action. Dallas is coming down the pike. They pressure him. He's rolling, throws, perfect placement. I don't know how you defend it, Eric.
I don't know either, but that's also an inexperienced quarterback. Either throws that in the sideline or it gets picked off in the end zone. And well, Bradshaw is not an inexperienced quarterback. He's been there before a couple times. So what are your first half takeaways?
First half takeaways are pretty cut and dry. I think both teams were. It felt to me like Pittsburgh was doing more of what they needed to do to win, and Dallas wasn't doing enough of what they needed to do to win. 13 first downs to 7. Dallas kind of left the running game after 37 or 47 yards, rather, in the first quarter. They ended up with 41 for the half. They couldn't throw it. Their defense realistically had kept them in this game. I mean, it's 21-14 at half, but it really could have been a lot worse for Dallas. What's your takeaway, E?
Yeah, I thought Dallas abandoned the run game way too early. We'll see if they go back to it at all in the second half. They're not out of the game by any stretch of the means. Now, they do need to protect Staubach a little bit better, and I mentioned that in the preview of what I thought should happen for Dallas. I mean, you've only tried passing it 10 times. You need to try to open up and get that Pittsburgh defense to bite on more play action. But you also got to block them, too, up front. You got to trust your alignment. I mean, big discrepancy in pass yards. Everything else, besides pass yards, which make the total yards a big discrepancy, is actually not too far off. I mean, first downs, yeah, Pittsburgh has a few more, but rush yards are about even. There's not a lot of passing. The turnovers favor Dallas right now. The time of possession favors Dallas. So you would think it is a one-possession game, and it is. And we're off on the second half. Not a deep kick to the 15-yard line, but a nice return almost to the 40. Pittsburgh in pretty good field position. They don't score, though. Dallas gets the ball back just inside their own 20. So Staubach, a little play-action fake, looking, runs to the right, gets past the line of scrimmage, and gets down just short of the first down marker. Is it a smart play by Staubach, or should he have thrown it away?
Smart play, makes something out of nothing for sure. I know you were really impressed with this play. I'll let you kind of touch on it.
Yeah, I mean, Staubach actually, like I said, gets about 9 yards. So, I mean, it was a good open field run. And, I mean, yeah, Pittsburgh's defense is eventually going to go down, get you down, but he stayed up as long as he could. So they ended up getting the first down out of it. They're at the 36, 3rd and 2, and Dorsett gets stuffed.
I mean, this is, Roger Staubach is going to be a Hall of Famer. There's no doubt in my mind. He's one of the greatest quarterbacks. And I think on 3rd and 2 right now, it's the right call, but you've been so cold running the ball, and then you're going to go to Laidlaw instead of Dorsett on 3rd and 2. I'm just not sure of the call. I think Pittsburgh's too darn good for that, and their defense shows it. You can see here Jack Lambert fights off the block, gets himself in position, squares his shoulders, and charges the ball carrier while his mates have him held up. That's perfect defense.
Yeah, 33-35 kind of get it screwed up, but yeah, you're right, Laidlaw. Now, a little flea flicker. Staubach goes deep down the right sideline, and looks like it's incomplete.
It is incomplete. It's another one of those trick plays. Staubach's clearly hurt on that. He's rubbing his hip. You could see that Pittsburgh, isn't fooled. They're right there. I mean, good block, but Pittsburgh was bearing down on it, and it's just, you felt like right now Dallas was doing too much trickery because they didn't feel like they could beat Pittsburgh straight up. But they held them again, and they got the ball back.
I don't mind a home run play right there to try to get the Dallas offense going, but Staubach on the shotgun, nice pass down the Pittsburgh 30-yard line.
Preston Pearson, the former Cowboy. I mean, the former Steeler, sorry. He is a Cowboy, the former Steeler.
Well, he is a Cowboy. That time Dallas' offensive line gave him time, but you could see he had happy feet. It almost looked like he started out of his shotgun stance a little bit early. Could have got flagged for a false start on the quarterback, which is very rarely seen, but it didn't happen now. Dallas inside the Pittsburgh red zone, and you see the halfback split right up there, but Pittsburgh looks like they're blitzing. Dorsett up the middle, big run to the 10.
Yeah, and there's a reason this was a big run to the 10. I want you to really focus right now on the Dallas Cowboys' interior offensive line. You could see a great crackback block, a great trap block, and boom, that hole was huge as Dorsett didn't waste it.
Yeah, Pittsburgh was looking to do a knockout punch right there, but unfortunately they weren't able to get Dorsett down. I mean, Cowboys are in prime position to tie this game up right here.
Absolutely, and everyone, myself included, was thinking, here we go, touchdown. Who's it going to go to? Drew Pearson? Is it going to go to Tony Dorsett? Is it going to go to Dupree? But Dallas kind of crossed everyone up and threw it.
Back to Jackie Smith.
Yeah,
and dropped it in the end zone. That hurts right there.
Man,
that hurts. That takes 7 points off the board.
The former Cardinal, the man that spent his whole career in St. Louis, came over to Dallas. Your heart breaks on this because if there's ever been a better man playing tight end in football today, it's Jackie Smith, and he had his moment, and he just straight dropped it. And it's really a shame, too, because it wastes a great, not just play call, he's wide open, but I want you to look at the block Laidlaw puts on Jack Lambert. This absolutely hurts his ribs, and they're going to show it again here, but Dallas has to settle for a field goal. Eric, take it away.
Yeah, the field goal by Rafael Septien, that's going to be up and good. Pittsburgh got a little bit into the line of scrimmage there, a little jump to try to block the kick. right through. And, man, good thing for the blocker, else that kick might get blocked.
Yep. Here's that block by Jack Lambert. Or that block, I should say, on Jack Lambert. It is absolutely devastating. You can see that he charges the hole. He does exactly what he needs to do. He's left open, and Laidlaw just puts his shoulder pad right in his stomach. Maybe broke a rib.
There we go with Pittsburgh with the ball. It's now 21-17. And Bradshaw, a little bit of happy feet, rolls out to his right, throws across his body, and gets it to his third wide receiver. It's not Swan, and it's not Stallworth this time.
No.
Big play to get the Steelers out of Dallas, deep inside their own territory.
Big hit, though. Big hit. I mean, he got pounded on this. And this young receiver, Theo Bell, is going to be pretty good for Pittsburgh. Good catch here, but, man, you can still see the hit while he's going down. He looks like he got shot by a cannon.
Yeah, Theo Bell, good catch, and he worked to get open. I'll tell you this much. For any young quarterbacks out there, watch Bradshaw on that play because he was looking downfield the whole time, and that's what you got to do. Watch. Look, his head's all the way downfield the whole time. Where's my open receiver? Oh, now I'll protect myself because I want to get the ball to my receiver first, and he could have been clocked out cold.
Yep. And
But
then,
Bradshaw, 275, 3 touchdowns so far in the game, and tell you something, man, he's a warrior.
yep.
Now, back to pass again, but sacked this time, and Bradshaw, I think Bradshaw knew it as soon as he took a step back from the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and Randy White finally makes an appearance. They'd been doing a pretty good job blocking him, but the Manster absolutely gets him, and that's the 4th time Dallas had sacked Pittsburgh today.
Yeah, that was good penetration by the Dallas defensive line to get into Bradshaw's face and get him down. Now we have Dallas here with the ball at their own 30. Staubach in the shotgun. And swing pass over to Dorsett, and he takes a full head of steam down about 20 yards downfield. Man, look at the acceleration there by Dorsett. I love it.
Yeah, look at this catch, though. I mean, talk about the placement wasn't great, but Dorsett made it work. He is such a big find for Dallas. He's going to be one of the best running backs for a long, long time for Dallas. And that's a great matchup right there, Dorsett and Harris.
Yeah, you could see Pittsburgh's defense really didn't look like they wanted to tackle him there. They're like, hey, just dive right here, we'll be fine. But 69 yards rushing for Dorsett. He's, it's in the midway through the second half, but he's on his way to possibly 100. Now Bradshaw back to pass, throws a fade up, and nobody's there to catch it because Swan got interfered with.
Do you really think he got interfered? I think this is a bad call. I think Barnes is. They tripped over each other's foot. Now, one could argue that Barnes tripped him on purpose, and you can see that he's arguing about the call right now. But as we go to the replay, I want you to watch their feet in particular, because Benny Barnes isn't necessarily wrong here, but was it intentional? The ref thought so. So there's the throw, nice little rainbow pass, and you can see as they're running downfield, he slips and trips. I think the arm going forward where it looks like he's falling forward is what the ref thought was intentional, and maybe that's what tripped him up, but you can see clearly here on the replay. Do you make that call, Eric?
Well, it's tough because we can look at it in slow motion all we want, but he tripped over his own feet and then Swan tripped over him. That's really not interference. So I definitely agree it's a bad call, but Swan gets back into it at the 20, and goes left, he goes right, he zigzags, but eventually he's swallowed up by Dallas' defense right there.
Pretzel. Made him look like a Swanee pretzel on that play. Absolutely bent him over backwards.
Yeah, you see that Pittsburgh offensive line, though, getting out to try to get to their spots for their blocks, and Swan trying to do the rest, but, ouch.
I'm telling you, man, that don't tickle. I don't care who you are, that don't tickle.
Tear some rib cartilage right there.
No kidding.
In the red zone, Pittsburgh looking to go more up on Dallas, but a big sack by Dallas' defense, number 5 on the day.
Yeah, and guess who that is? It's Henderson again. The mouth of Texas all over the place, man. Crazy. But here's the typical problem with Henderson. Again, what have I been saying? Don't talk trash to Pittsburgh. You're going to talk trash to Franco. Eric, take it away.
Yeah. And there's a handoff to Franco. Look at that. Right up the middle. I would say maybe 2 fingers touched him, and he makes him pay right away.
He was not going to be tackled on that play. You could see on that run, that was, he was PO'd on that run. No Cowboy. I'll tell you one thing.
Let me sound the horn. Choo, choo.
Yeah. You know what happened is he went in the huddle, and you could see it with the reaction of the players. He went in the huddle, and he was like, I don't care that it's 3rd down. Give me the damn ball. I'm going to shove it down their throat. And that's exactly what he did.
2, possibly 3 people touched him.
Yeah.
I mean, Dallas' defense, like, where the heck did you go?
Well, I'll tell you where they went.
Getting their blocks out, Anthony.
Unbelievable. Perfect blocks. They all ran mad. They were feeling Franco's anger. But you know who the luckiest man on the field was? Was Charlie Waters. No. Charlie Waters is lucky because if he got in the way of Franco like he would have been, it would have been a highlight. That would have been a poster. He would have been on everyone's poster board.
They may have been scraping them off the goalpost.
Exactly. Oh, that's funny. So the ensuing kickoff, Eric, take it away.
Ensuing kickoff, they kick short to the 25, and, well, Dallas fumbles, and Pittsburgh is there to recover. I mean, it takes them a while, but they recover, and you just got to go down. Yeah,
well, and keep in mind, it's 28-17 right now. You just kicked a field goal. They scored a touchdown. I agree with you. You got to go down, but, man, Pittsburgh was going for the fences on that. Tony Dungy punches out the ball on Randy White, and then Pittsburgh recovers. Winston.
Yeah, I mean, talk about a complete momentum shift. I mean, yeah, you know, getting scored on a 22-yard touchdown run is kind of deflating in itself, but then losing the ensuing kickoff and giving Pittsburgh really good field position, and here they are at the 19. And Bradshaw's like, I'll fake the handoff. I'll throw the ball deep. And, oh, hey, here's Swan. Touchdown, Steelers.
Yeah, I mean, what do you do when you get a turnover? Throw it deep. And that's exactly what he did. Great. I mean, token fake.
You notice, too, Stallworth early, Swan late so far.
Yeah. They're so difficult to cover. They're such a difficult team to defend. You have to stop Franco. We saw that the drive before. You have to cover the wide receivers. Dallas didn't do that all day. 120 yards for Swan, over 100 yards for Stallworth. I mean, poor Charlie Waters, he doesn't know what direction he's going in. He's turned all the way around, and Swan does what Swan does, which is make
deer in headlights,
acrobatic catches.
That's right. Well, now here we have Dallas at their own 45. They need to score and score quick. But a handoff to Dorsett, a couple nice moves, and he gets down through the middle and down the left side to Pittsburgh's 27-yard line. Nice run by Dorsett right there. I'm
telling you, this kid in only his 2nd year, going to be his 3rd year going into this season, 1979. This shows you. I mean, nice little draw play. It's the vision, it's the feet, and it's the ability to misdirect and redirect his blockers that I think makes Tony Dorsett the most exciting runner other than Walter Payton in the National Football League right now.
Yeah, Dorsett knocking on the door of 100 yards. Pittsburgh only gave up one 100-yard rushing game all year.
Yep. Is he going to get it?
You know what that was too?
No.
No, I'll tell you after this pass by Staubach. If he gets it off there he throws it to the left. Nice catch right there along the sideline.
Dupree.
And Dallas needs to score and score quick if they want to get back in this game.
Yeah, it's 35-17. They don't have time to mess around. So who was it?
Right. John Cappelletti of the Rams.
Oh, I should have known that. Sunday night game. That's right. The 10-7 victory. One of 2 losses for Pittsburgh.
Dallas in the red zone. They, again, we said it already once. I'll say it again. They got to score and score quick. But Staubach back to pass. Get rid of the ball before you get sacked and get out of position. Down the middle, nice catch right there to keep the drive alive.
Another big hit. But again, it's because Pittsburgh's playing what we call an umbrella defense. They're covering the outside. Now, maybe he could have gone into the end zone, but there's 3 Steelers there. He can't do that. That's why Pearson comes back for the football, but he comes back, I think, too deep. He's only at the 8-yard line. And again, you're right. Dallas needs to score quickly.
Yeah, here we go. Dallas, I wouldn't be surprised if they pass, and pass they do. A nice little swing pass out to Billy Joe Dupree, 7-yard touchdown pass. Dallas creeping back in, 35-24.
Yeah, I mean, he earned every yard on that touchdown, let me tell you, at the end of that play for sure.
Definitely. Yeah, and Staubach knew, he's like, I'm getting this ball out quick. You guys do the rest. I don't want to get hammered back here.
Yeah, like he's been all day long. So what comes after the touchdown, Eric? What does Dallas need to do?
You know what? They're lined up for the onside kick, so, hey, let's try to onside it.
Hey, it worked for them in Super Bowl X. They recovered their only onside kick attempt in that game. Actually, I think they recovered 2.
Yep. There they go, and they recover again.
That's right. So they've got something on Pittsburgh special teams because they continue to get onside kicks. Thurman with the recovery, and Dallas is back in business, down 35-24.
Special teams is Pittsburgh's weakest link this season. You could see with the field goal kicking that they had, which wasn't very good, 12 for 26 before the miss in the Super Bowl. So I mean, if there's one way to beat Pittsburgh, beat them on special teams.
Yeah, they got to address that. They got to address that in the draft because you can't have, as good as their phases are on offense and defense, they are getting older, and you need to shore up that side of the ball.
Yeah, here's Dallas, just in their own side of midfield, and a nice pass by Staubach to the right. That was in about 3 different Steelers right there, and he's lucky he didn't get picked. Yeah,
but again, that's not Tony Hill. Sorry, Pearson makes a great second and third effort to make more yards.
Here we go with Dallas at the 30-yard line. Again, they're looking to score quick, get back in the game, possibly try another onside kick, but Staubach's got to hang on to the ball and get rid of the ball. I mean, you know what? The clock is against you right now. Stop the clock as many times as you can.
Yeah, I agree, but you got to have protection. And right now, Jackie Smith has to be sick to his stomach. This should be 35-28 right now, and Dallas should be driving. Jackie Smith cannot feel good right now.
Here we have Dallas at the 40-yard line. And I won't be surprised if they run the ball, but obviously you shouldn't right here. And great protection for Staubach. And you know what? He went the safe route to Dorsett on the right sideline. Nice quick out pass.
But he should have went out of bounds.
I like that. Should have went out of bounds. Oh, you're right.
He should have gone out of bounds. That was a big mistake. And Tom Landry, I almost said Tony Landry. Tom Landry has to be pulling his hair out. Anyway, sorry, Ego.
Yeah, Staubach deep to pass and throws it out of the end zone. Hey, you know what? He stopped the clock, seeing what Pittsburgh's defense. Actually, I don't mind that too much. I'd like to see how Pittsburgh's defense responds to a deep pass. And well, it was good coverage, but when you're at 4th and 18 now, I mean, you need a hope and a prayer.
Yeah, you need a hope and a prayer. And Lambert needs an oxygen tank because his ribs, you could tell, are still hurting him. And you see Landry there giving direction, telling him, okay, this is it. You don't make this happen, we go home. Make it happen.
Yep. Yeah. Long flight back to Dallas from Miami if that happens.
Right.
So Staubach on 4th and 18 drops back to pass and right down the middle. What a catch! Wow. Pittsburgh's defense gives up 18 yards or at plus some, and then a little hullabaloo afterwards.
Yeah, another fight breaks out. Again, if you don't know what a rivalry looks like, then you need to tune into the NFL every Sunday, especially when Dallas plays not just the Redskins, but the Pittsburgh Steelers, because this has become a rivalry.
Yeah, it was a great route run there, too. A big, vicious hit right in the air, too. You don't see that often.
No.
But great concentration and catch by Pearson.
You definitely don't see a hit.
A quietly good game.
You definitely don't see a hit, a stick, and a carry by the safety. Wagner's like, nope, you didn't get the first down. You're back here.
Carry him 5 yards back.
Yeah.
Get your butt back over there. I want you over here instead of here.
So
Dallas still in this game. I mean, they need to score quick, and then get the ball back. And you're asking an awful lot for Lightning to strike twice in the same game.
Well, and I think the problem right now is, you got 4th and 18. Yeah, you've got the ball, but you're out of time. I mean, you're an onside kick and 2 plays away if you don't score on this play.
Right. Staubach, again, more pressure, dumps the ball off. Good catch by Dorsett. Get out of bounds, young man. There you go.
There he goes. He listened to you.
Right at the first down marker might be a little short, though.
You know what? But that stops the clock and it buys Dallas another play. If they get the onside, they're looking at 2 or 3 plays at the most, which could be enough.
Yeah, Dallas at the 4. Staubach slips and throws, and wow, he got lucky. What a catch right there. And Dallas has scored a touchdown to bring the game to within 35-31. Butch Johnson. Acrobatic throw, acrobatic catch.
Was it a catch, though? That's what we have to wait and see. I was thinking the same thing, Eric, but I'm looking at Staubach's reaction when the game was being played, and I wasn't sure. And sure enough, he hits the ground, he sees it hits the ground, and the refs surprisingly agree, so Dallas doesn't score.
And I got a little bit ahead of myself.
That's okay. It was going to Preston Pearson or Butch Johnson, and it was a tough throw. Here we go. 3rd and 1.
Yeah. So, Dallas 3rd and 1. Staubach looks again, throws it right back over the middle.
There he is.
We have a Butch Johnson catch.
There we got a Butch Johnson sighting. And Roger's like, can we stop hitting me on every play, please? That would be fantastic.
You guys want to block for somebody?
Yeah. Was that not...
He got hit late, though. He did get hit late.
He did.
I mean, if they call that, that onside kick is looking a lot more juicy.
Yeah, no kidding, right? He's like, was that Dwight White again? Yeah. Somebody want to block him next time? Sorry.
Yeah, no kidding.
But yeah, Butch does it again. Unlike Super Bowl XII, when I still say he dropped it, they called it a completion for a touchdown. This time, he makes sure he catches it. So here it is.
Onside kick number 2 coming around, and they don't get it as far, but easily covered up.
Don't kick it to Rocky Blyer. What are you thinking? Game over. Eric, your thoughts on Super Bowl XIII stats?
Well, it was closer. It was as close as I thought, but Dallas had a lot of catching up to do. So, I mean, they really put themselves in a hole early. As you can see, Pittsburgh did not give up 100 yards rushing. But, man, look at the quarterback stats right there. I mean, can you not have a Super Bowl better than seeing 2 quarterbacks basically have the same stats with the exception of Bradshaw's yards, because he had a lot more yards after the catch by Swanee and Stallworth. But darn, like both 17 of 30, 3 and 4 touchdowns, a pick each. They put on a show tonight. I am excited about this game. I'll be talking about this game for years.
You know what? Super Bowl XIII, it's going to go... rarely does a game build up to the hype that people give it. Everyone was talking, us included, this Super Bowl was going to be a fun Super Bowl. It was going to be a great Super Bowl. I got to say, it's probably... I heard a couple people talking after the Super Bowl was over, and a lot of people said this might have been, or this was the best Super Bowl yet, the best Super Bowl ever to this point. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, out of the 13 so far, this being obviously Super Bowl 13, hands down. Hands down. I mean, you couldn't have asked for 2 veteran quarterbacks leading their teams, fighting it out, getting hit left and right, and making plays. I mean, that's what you want to see. You want to see some stops. You want to see some highlight plays. They gave us a lot of highlight plays in this Super Bowl. I loved it. Oh,
every play seemed to be a highlight. And you look at this, Pittsburgh, yes, they're going to be a year older next year, but we'll touch on the field that Pittsburgh's dealing with in the AFC. Dallas, I think, in the NFC, they're going to have the same old competitors, but, they got to feel pretty good about themselves moving forward. Tony Dorsett continues to improve, and it seems like every time there's a big game, he shows up. Roger Staubach is still Roger the Dodger, and don't forget, Danny White got a big performance in this postseason run. He showed up big time against Atlanta and delivered. So Dallas may have their quarterback of the future and their Hall of Fame quarterback of the present. Man, what a great Super Bowl. There was so much at stake here. The 2 best teams in football. Someone was going to get 3 championships for the first time, and essentially get one step closer to being, if not the team of the decade, certainly the best team in the Super Bowl era. It had everything. Turnovers, big hits, sacks, fumbles, onside kick recoveries, late touchdowns, drops, energy. I mean, I don't know how you can't say this wasn't the best Super Bowl of all time so far. My only hope is that next year's Super Bowl can duplicate. I don't know, or it can at least come close. I don't know that you can duplicate, but hey, that's why they play the games. What a way to end 78, huh, E?
Absolutely. And, I have to ask you this.
Yeah.
Knox and Landry. And obviously, they're going to be, no doubt, enshrined in canon one day when their time comes. Do you see any of them retiring right now, or do you see them keep going for a while?
Chuck Noll and Tom Landry, I think, are going to be around for a while. I mean, first of all, why wouldn't you be, right? I mean, let's not forget, Chuck Noll was waiting in the wings for the entire decade of the 60s before he finally got his shot in 69 to go to Pittsburgh. He's literally built this program. The Pittsburgh Steelers in 68 rather, before he took over, and 69 for that matter, when his first year there, was an absolute joke of a franchise. They had never even made the playoffs in their history, right? I mean, that goes all the way back to the Card Pitt days. I mean, they were terrible. So I don't think first of all, he's a young man. He's only in his, mid-40s? Mid-40s? He's not going anywhere. Tom Landry, he has built this franchise literally because his first year there was Dallas's first year. I think you're going to see these two around for a long time. I don't think you can expect to see them leaving the game anytime soon. But, it's really going to determine, I think, the challenge for Chuck Noll coming up is going to be what Tom Landry's challenge is now. Chuck Noll, I think, has another year or two with this group before he's going to have to rebuild, rebrand, and reshape. Tom Landry, for the second time now, is going into the rebuild, rebrand phrase. Remember, he built that team with Bob Hayes, Don Meredith, Garrett, and had those guys, some of the great names on defense too. They retired. Then he's built this batch, and it's a relatively young team. I think Landry will be around for a while. What do you think?
I think they've spoiled the fan bases, if you ask me. I mean, two great head coaches duking it out. Who knows if we'll see them again, down the road in the Super Bowl. Obviously, you'll probably see them in the regular season again, but they've done wonders. Pittsburgh just loves their football, hard-nosed, Steel City. You come and play for one of those two franchises, you better give it your all, because I'll tell you this much. Landry and Noll will put you on the street.
Oh yeah. Well, and I'll tell you, you ask a fair question, Eric, because as we know, the news that broke recently, John Madden just retired. Last year, 78, that was his last year, and the Raiders didn't even make the playoffs. So, here's a young man, relatively young man, has only been a coach for a short period of time, and Madden's already hanging it up and leaving the sport, leaving the coaching ranks. So I don't think your question's an unfair question. I think it's a question a lot of people have to ask of a lot of coaches, for that matter, because of the surprise retirement, if you will, of John Madden.
Any last thoughts on the game?
I'm not gonna sit here and try to put extra hype on a game that obviously delivered. I'm just so excited to be covering football. It's a growing sport. You've got a championship game that truly lived up to the billing. It felt like a Game 7 of a World Series. It looked like a Game 7 of a World Series. You had fans I think the fans were even. I think you had many Cowboy fans as you did Steeler fans, and they both brought it from completely different ends of the country. Middle-class working Texans, middle-class working steel workers up in the Steel City, and it was top-notch. This was just a blast. Any last thoughts for you before we split?
Yeah, three Super Bowls for the Steelers. I mean, you could pretty much crown them the team of the 70s. who knows what's in store for 79? They could be back. They could fall off. You just never know. That's why you play the game of football. Just because you get a year older doesn't mean you get slower, but you can get wiser. You might know how to condition yourself and get to camp when you do. They're also in a tough division, so Dallas, same thing. I mean, it's not easy navigating their division either with the Giants and Redskins and Eagles. So it's not like they have easy paths back. Anybody can jump up and say, "Hey, it's us now." You mentioned the Rams earlier. They have a shot. I mean, it's like they're knocking on the doorstep. They're just waiting for the door to. They're just waiting to pound on the door too. So, who knows what's in store for the 79 season? But I'll tell you this much with this Super Bowl. This is one I'm going to be telling my grandkids about for a long time. And when you can, pretty much guarantee who's going to be in the Hall of Fame and say, that guy's a Hall of Famer. I can tell this guy's a Hall of Famer. This guy's a Hall of Famer. Look at these guys. I mean, it gets to the point where you don't know who to talk about anymore. You just say, watch the game, because you'll find out for yourself how good this team really was. You can talk all you want, but just watch the game. Just seriously, just sit down and watch the game, because you will enjoy what you watch.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. And before we, kind of close out, I will say you've been high on the Giants this offseason. I can't help but think about the miracle at the Meadowlands and the disaster that was the the New York Giants this year. But you said when that happened that's the type of mistake that can transform a franchise for the better if they clean house, and it looks like that's exactly what the Giants have done. So we'll see if the Giants do indeed improve, but I think with the St. Louis Cardinals, you have to keep an eye on them, because here's a team that's been there in the 70s, and there've been a couple of times they've even won the division, so I'd be curious what the Cardinals do. They got to find some offensive weapons and help Jim Hart out.
Yeah, and we'll even see, like you even mentioned, Minnesota in the in the playoffs or whatever. They're even the Purple People Eaters. They've been around a while as well, and that's another team to keep an eye on. Just seeing, hey, they could make one last run, and they could make life miserable in the NFC for a lot of teams. So keep an eye out for them. There's always going to be a surprise team or two, but I think we know who's pretty legit and who's not at this point.
Yeah, well, I mean, the 70s has been the Rams, Vikings, Cowboys, Steelers, and Raiders decade. I mean, since 73, it's been those 5 teams every year, it seems. So, but, all right, well, that's it. I'm Anthony.
And I'm Eric, and you have listened to Retro Football Knowledge.
Bye.